This is the corn roots after we've tilled this field. And we till this field because with our heavy combine and our heavy grain carts, because we have our grain carts out in here, we can get some compaction. And so we try to break that up. As you can see, here's some of the roots from last year's crop. And I think that's one thing that carried us through this past year. The roots, we had no compaction from last year. It was very dry when we planted the crop. So those roots, you can see they're not stunted, they're not going horizontal. Sometimes they hit a compacted layer, they'll go horizontally, and then they'll start going back down, straight down. This year you can see those roots they're going straight down. And the main roots are all there, the feeder roots, but also these smaller roots that will go out and find the fertilization, the better soil. So those are a few of the things really helped us in our crop this year and helped in our yields, because we've had really tremendous yields this year. So, and that's the reason we do the tillage. Some fields we don't do tillage, and that's we'll do a little more no-till. You see we have a disc on the front, kind of cuts up the stalks. Then back here in the back we have those large points that will go down 12 to 16 inches deep, and they'll break up any compaction we have. That's what helps us and helps those roots to penetrate down. For the soil, by doing some type of tillage, we call this minimum tillage. We'll come in with a field cultivator, level off the soils, but still keep most of this stalks and things that are here right now will still be here next spring. And so that gives it some protection. But by doing this tillage, the soil will warm up a little quicker, and we're able to go out and then plant sooner, and the seeds will germinate, and they germinate more evenly, so that every plant will come up uniformly. Where we're doing tillage on these are corn stalks here. On our soybean stubble, after we harvest our soybeans, we don't touch that ground. We'll go directly into that soybean stubble next spring and plant. So we put phosphate and potash on both corn and soybeans. This is after we normally take soil tests, so we know what the soils are and what the recommendations are. We apply that phosphate and potash in the fall. It does not leach out. It does not go anywhere. It will stay right there, and it'll be there next spring for the crop. And we do that every year to keep our fertility level very high, because we're taking off large crops. If we didn't put back fertility, our yields would start going down and down, because the crops need a lot of nutrients to raise these high yields we're raising. Nitrogen goes onto the corn, and we do not have to apply nitrogen to soybeans. And so we will put some on when the soil temperature gets below 50 degrees. We'll apply that nitrogen because it will stay dormant in the soil. And so next spring, when the soil temperature warms back up and we plant this corn and soybeans, they germinate at 50 degrees. So when they start to grow, the nitrogen is released again, and they'll start taking up some of that nitrogen. But, yeah, this will be our final operation on this farm, or on this field, until spring.